Hello, welcome back to Ben Sushi Live Noding. The other day I saw this advertisement that's kind of having this really nice visual, basically kind of like a hexagonal kind of room, and it's being tiled just like a hexagon grid. And I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of interesting, and I really want to have this inside Blender. So let's actually try to make this using Sverchok Add-On. So let's get started. So file, save as hexagon room. So we're just gonna be creating the room. So the idea is, of course, if you kind of doing it manually, you kind of just delete 3 faces from a box, and then you have the room, right? But you have to tile it in a way that's it's kind of representing that kind of a hexagonal room. And this might be something that you can do using array. You can also use Python to do this, like tile it really nicely. But I want to do this using nodes, and in this case I'm using Sverchok. It's perfect for it actually. So yeah, let's see how we can accomplish this. So I start with a box. Okay, this is definitely a good start. And then with the box, you can use the viewer draw, and here we just plug in the vertices and polygon. You might notice that we have a new thing called the matrix. If you click on the matrix button there, you can have this kind of easy way to quickly transform and scale and whatnot, like rotating at 001, so that will come in handy. But we're gonna start with the box first. We need to get rid of 1, 2, 3 faces, and I know that we can simply use the list masking for that. So list mask, this is the polygon data, the indices of the polygon, and then the data if true or data if false. And by default it's only getting rid of the even number or the odd number of the face. That's not what we want. We can use a list input, and this is we know that we only have 6 faces of this box, so plug this into the mask, and by toggling this one we can get the face that we actually need. This is because we only have 6 faces, so we can kind of guess. So that's not what we want. Maybe this is what we want, and one more. So that's kind of correct, and we can turn on the lighting there. So we have the room. We have extra vertices there. If we bake it out, there is an extra stray vertices that we want. So we want to get rid of it. Delete loose. So we can do it this way. So now we don't have extra vertices, and we are good to go. If you want this to be totally correct, you want to flip the normal as well, because we want the normal to be on the inside. So let's check it out. So if we turn on backface culling, so the face should be actually, well, I think one of the face is still incorrect, but probably we don't need to worry about it too much. I guess this is correct. Just reverse it. Okay, we have our components of this hexagonal grid. At any point in time, you can of course do some kind of scaling or things like that. We don't need to worry about that for now. We just need to worry about this matrix of the objects. So I will start with just by generating a couple of matrices, and gonna be joining in them, and we're gonna use this to generate our hexagon. And let's see if I'm doing this correctly now. So I can have 2. So this is, I think it's kind of correct already, and we can start to kind of adjust this so we get that hexagonal room that we want. So I think this is we are kind of starting to see the pattern. We just need to have more on this. Perhaps if we kind of use a minus number, minus one, then we get that. Okay, we start to see the pattern, right? The original one is 0, 0, 0, and then minus 1, 1, 1. That's kind of creating the matrix. And let's continue. Let's make another one, and this guy right here, let's put it here. Let's make it like just a small grid. So I'm kind of pushing it to the back and then lifting up. So we start to get a some kind of arrangement there. This one slightly off. Interesting. Okay, that's because of this. Cool. Okay. And make another one. Let's make like just 6 of this hexagonal grid. 1 and 0. No, this one. This should be minus 2 then. Oops, maybe 2 or 1. See, I'm guessing the number for now, but as you start to see there's a pattern there. And let's do one more. And everything here kind of makes a bit more sense if you are doing it procedurally like this. This one, put it up. 2, so 1, minus 1, 2. So there is some kind of pattern definitely. So we get this arrangement, and if you can see here we have a 6 transformation value. If we bake it out, we get our hexagonal room, and you can put a light. Giving a light for every room, which will be quite nice, you know. It's gonna be like different color or something. Yeah, we're kind of getting there, but let's see, if we keep doing this, it's gonna grow bigger and bigger. I kind of want to have like arrangement that's a bit procedural, maybe like a pattern of number. You can do it that way, you know, like using the generator. But if we observe this, if you observe the matrix of this, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the matrix transformations. And if we observe just the position, there you go, the location. If I bake it out, you see the points there. I'll give it a different color. It's kind of like a triangle, right? So we probably can use something to create that, and we know that we have hexagonal grid already. So the center of hexagonal grid is actually can be a triangle, diamond, or hexagon. You know, that's really something that we can use, even though we probably need to rotate it and things like that. So let's try and using this. So instead of this original matrix, just use the center of the triangle. So we have some kind of grid there. We can adjust the radius, and then maybe try rotating it. So I don't know, this is probably something that needs some kind of tweaking, but I'm sure if we are doing it just right, we can get that kind of arrangement, you know. So this is like a quick and dirty kind of work. I'm not sure about the number here. Maybe I just need to tweak it until it's right, but it's getting there. But once you have this, you know, you can increase the number of level and you get that very easily. You can have this room that looks just like the advertisement. So that's also pretty cool. And then the hexagon one. See, this is something that's not easily done if you are using like manually doing this using array or using Python script. This is kind of more visual way to do it. Of course, each one of them has advantage and disadvantage. So, but this is a quick way, you know, like to visualize this kind of problem solving. Yeah, so there you go. That's a quick way how to create hexagon room, array of hexagon room grid using nodes. And there you go. That's very, very interesting, I found. And Of course, we can get a pattern that's really make this perfectly and maybe rotate this until we get the perfect result. And yeah, but I think this might take some time. But anyhow, hopefully you find this useful, kind of like get the idea, and then let me know what you think. Maybe you have like an idea. And yeah, there you go. And thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.